捧場添，由梁麗常帶大家睇下。
要捧中國隊，唔少地方都有免費大銀幕直播，唔使錢睇，企下都冇所謂。時代廣場人最多嗰陣，同除夕倒數差唔多。有中學仲裝埋大電視，等學生從體育學習愛國。
點解你會有參與呢個中國隊必勝！
要俾錢嘅一樣咁多人，葵涌呢間安裝咗大電視嘅茶餐廳，睇波要排隊，但係入場就要55蚊都冇計。
今日唔算貴啦，我遲啲仲貴。
身為中國人，當然想中國隊贏，着埋中國隊嘅球衫夠晒支持啩。
一定要支持中國隊㗎啦，咁樣今日。
唔少人仲特登請假嚟捧場。
請咗成個月假啊嘛，老細。
有人就返緊工，自動提早放工。
唔影得啊，大佬！千祈唔好影啊！
茶餐廳外由於人太多，阻住商場通道，要警察到場拉閘。講到氣氛，灣仔洛克道一帶嘅酒吧企滿晒人，夠晒熱鬧。見到中國隊輸波，少不免會失望。現場嘅一刻，唔想見到嘅結局終於來臨。有線電視記者梁麗常報道。
喺深圳，有市民喺賽前上街遊行為中國隊打氣，而喺深圳體育館就聚集咗過千名嘅球迷睇大型電視直播。雖然中國隊結果係輸咗波，不過球迷就話會繼續支持中國隊到決賽周最後一場嘅賽事。由馮佩樂喺深圳報導。
要支持中國隊，佢哋決定身體力行。除咗有樂器助興，國家隊教練米路天奴域都要出動埋。中國隊加油！中國隊加油！呢班川菜館嘅侍應都湊熱鬧，着晒球衣，廚師仲用南瓜雕咗個世界盃獎座嚟支持中國隊。喺深圳體育館呢度就有近1000名球迷欣賞現場直播。每當中國隊有攻勢，班球迷嘅反應就係咁樣。雖然班球迷睇住自己心愛嘅國家隊首次出師敗陣，但佢哋都話滿意國家隊嘅表現，又話會支持中國隊，直至佢哋喺世界盃踢最後一場嘅賽事。
都過得去啦，令人失望。都過得去，打嘅都比較努力，技術差啲咯。算好啊，表生得好。
但係一球都冇入到，會唔會失望？
打得好睇啊嘛！
有線電視記者馮佩樂喺深圳報導。
澳門今日就多咗人去彩票公司落注，有澳門球迷雖然話支持中國隊，但係落注嘅時候呢就買哥斯達黎加。駐澳門記者張志成報導。
喺澳門彩票公司嘅各個投票站，到咗中午食飯時間，排滿咗嚟落注嘅球迷。佢哋話：雖然晏晝要返工，唔能夠坐喺電視機前面睇直播，但係作為中國人都希望首次打入決賽周嘅中國隊可以贏到波。
中國第一次打入決賽周啊嘛，琴晚5波啫都係未必輸硬㗎，都係中國隊啦。
支持還支持，到落注嘅時候，好多人都係揀咗哥斯達黎加。
買波就要買對面，我支持佢，等我唔買佢，我知佢贏啦，搏命贏。
中國隊嘅第一場比賽安排喺晏晝2點半進行，大部分人都要返工。喺新口岸嘅酒吧街都顯得冷冷清清，只有1-2間鋪頭提早開門，但係都冇乜人幫襯。反而喺一啲茶餐廳，老闆裝咗幾部電視機俾人睇波，生意都多咗。另外，有學校組織學生集體支持中國隊。老師話：希望可以令到啲學生提高對足球運動嘅興趣。
6 youngsters are killed in a gun attack on a school bus in Thailand.
ATV's Cecil Wong went among the crowds to get a feel of the excitement.
China's historic tussle with Costa Rica and South Korea kicked off at 2:30, a time when workers and students alike would usually be laboring away at their desks. But this afternoon, the crowds were out on the streets. At Times Square, this sea of people had eyes for only one game and were rooting for only one team.
China!
China, China, go, go, go! Woo!
We sure win.
The crowd grew so big that many viewers spilled over onto the middle of the road. The fans were unabashed about their priority for the day.
Yeah, I'm supposed in office in this moment, but I need to come down.
The atmosphere was much the same in Central, where hundreds of workers took to pubs around Lan Kwai Fong for a much extended lunch break, risking a tongue lashing from the bosses to watch the highly anticipated match. On Queen's Road, every Chinese attack elicited a strong response from the fans. And students of this school in Tinshui Wai also got a rare chance to watch the national squad in action on a screen in the auditorium. All, of course, were hoping for a Chinese victory. Back in Times Square, fans could not help but feel the bitter sting of disappointment as their hopes were destroyed by China's 2-0 loss.
Yeah, actually, I'm quite disappointed with the Chinese the team's performance because I thought they could have won.
Although the thousands of fans watching this game could do nothing to hide their dismay at the final outcome of this match, they're holding out hope that China can pull off a monumental upset on Saturday when they take on a heavily favored Brazilian side. Cecil Long, ATV News at Times Square.
The World Cup craze took a fair amount of business away from cinemas and even investment companies. The Hong Kong Jockey Club also felt the pinch.
A look at investment company offices today indicated that customers were staying away to watch China playing its historic match against Costa Rica. This man said investment in stocks would depend on market factors and not the World Cup tournament. But this woman disagreed, saying the market was quieter because customer interest had been diverted by the soccer matches. Her view was supported by the crowds watching the football action on the streets. The number of vacant seats at local cinemas also suggested that people were choosing football over movies. Hong Kong Jockey Club Chief Executive Lawrence Wong was also not very pleased about racing and Mark VI revenue being affected by World Cup fever. He said he would have an estimate of any losses in the next few weeks. But not everyone is feeling the pinch. Business has been booming at bars and restaurants, which are happily coping with crowds of soccer fans. This cafe owner says he even plans to take advantage of the games and raise prices for food and drinks.
Hong Kong soccer fans unable to place bets on the match under new anti-gambling laws flocked to Macau where such bets are legal. And their reports.
New gambling laws which became effective last Friday bans the placing of all bets except through the Jockey Club. Soccer fans determined to wager on today's match took the short trip to Macau. Betting stations were packed with people. Mr. Wong, who came from Hong Kong, says he placed a bet because it made watching the match more exciting. This couple said it was more relaxing to watch the match in Macau because they did not have to worry about anti-gambling raids by the police. The crowds from Hong Kong put a smile on restaurant owners who said business was brisk. At this school, students were allowed to skip lessons to watch China's first World Cup appearance.
Mainland authorities have kept a tight watch over Beijing's Tiananmen Square on the 13th anniversary of the crackdown. But the scene remained peaceful and there was no attempt to stage any protest. Yon Latu reports.
Security personnel were up and about early this morning in Tiananmen Square to prevent any disturbances. The flag-raising ceremony by an honor guard is a daily ritual, but for many of the people who gathered to watch, it took on added meaning on the 13th anniversary of the central government's crackdown on the pro-democracy movement. Mainland authorities were also concerned that enthusiasm over
但係牛唔飲水，咁得牛頭低喎，你話係唔係啊？
你進入禁區嘅時間並唔係太多，又或者佢壓住曼聯踢嘅時間並